What's going on, YouTube? Uh, Today, well, really this week, it's a special week, man. Obviously, as you can see, I'm a Washington Redskins fan. Well, Commanders now. It's Monday. Saturday against the Lions. They've won the biggest game that I've ever seen as a Redskins fan. You know what I'm saying? We're in the conference championship. We play the Eagles. But I would like to speak on the stuff that was said before the Lions game, man, and why I was rubbing it in a lot of these Lions fans' face. You know, me living in Michigan and currently living in Metro Detroit, I'm hearing all type of undertones, slick remarks from radio stations, even the players on the Lions, hearing it from the coaching staff, all type of stuff, and I'm gonna get into that. But it's a great feeling right now, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I've been laughed at for years. Being a Redskins fan, I was always laughed at. Oh yeah, why you a Redskins fan, man? Yeah, man. So I'm gonna get started on this, man. One, coming into the game, as soon as we beat Tampa, I'm like, oh yeah, they gotta come here. I wanted to go to the game. Obviously, the average ticket price was $991, which made it the highest ticket price that was a non-Super Bowl game in NFL history. I'm like, man, just for that, fuck the Lions, first off, because of that. And second, I'm hearing all type of slick stuff from the local sports radio stations, specifically 97 won the ticket. They're using certain undertones, calling them the Little Commanders, which I found was funny. And like the whole energy the whole time, knowing they had this quote unquote B team defense, they were talking about how this game was gonna be walk in the park. You had Dan Campbell talking about I'll see you in 2 weeks after he beat the Vikings week 18. Thinking it was gonna be a dog. Basically thinking it was gonna be a walk in the park, and they just end up getting dog walked at home. So, man, first of all, so I already mentioned the Dan Campbell say, see you in 2 weeks. And then our offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, who's an amazing offensive coordinator. We also have an amazing offensive coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury, but that's besides the point. What Ben Johnson was saying, man, he had a funny nickname for us. He called my team the basketball guys, hence that we have Magic Johnson as a part owner and Bob Myers working in the front office. He was coming from the Warriors after they won all them championships. You know what I'm saying? So it started off with that. I'm like, damn, man, like they really playing. They were really playing with it, playing in our face for real through the media and everything, man. Like they coming into the game. He said, man, you think they're just gonna come in here with a 1 seed? They have a rookie quarterback, man. Jaden Daniels is not your typical rookie quarterback. He's put up historic numbers, man, this year. He's a special quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This season he had the record for the highest completion percentage as a rookie quarterback in NFL history. Monday Night Football, was it like week 2 or week 3 against the Bengals? He threw the ball. He had a 91% complete percentage. And that's the highest completion percentage by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. My point is saying, like, this ain't your typical rookie quarterback. He's arguably the greatest rookie quarterback ever. I mean that in an unbiased way. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, coming into the game, here's another thing I want to touch on. They had the first possession. I think they end up, what they settle for, a field goal or no? They punt the ball we drove down the field. You know, Jaden Daniels, he's looking for his first possession, hitting them with check downs and all type of stuff. There was a point we got all the way into their red zone. We went for it on fourth down. You know, we go for it on fourth down a lot, just like the Lions too. Basically, they tried to trick play, had Marcus Mariota in the game. I don't know what, it ended up being looking like a disaster. You know, I'm looking at Twitter talking about, oh yeah, man, they're not like us. In my head, I'm thinking we're better than y'all at converting the fourth downs. We're actually number one in the NFL. We're the number one fourth down offense in the NFL statistically. You know what I'm saying? So I found that funny. You know, they ended up scoring a touchdown after that drive. We got it back, you know, kicked the field goal. But there was another thing that I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, everybody talking about we beat them because of their whole defense was injured. Y'all had the Lions had 5 turnovers. Did that B team defense cause those 5 turnovers? Nah. And y'all were telling me, everybody over here telling me Jared Goff is a elite quarterback. He's top 5. Look at his stats. I'm like, man, I don't mean to hate on Jared Goff. Y'all Lions are a great team. But my personal opinion, he's a system quarterback. He's not bad. He's not trash, but he's not great. He's average. I've been saying that for years. He's average. He's a system quarterback. Y'all have a great offensive line, a great run game, and we had the worst run defense. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs was doing whatever the hell he wanted. And here's another thing, man. With knowing y'all had that B team defense, y'all talking about, David Montgomery coming back, it's over for y'all. Knowing y'all had that B team defense. So I don't want that injured defense being used as an excuse. That's over with. So kill that. With that being said, with the run game, Jahmyr Gibbs, man, we could not stop him, man. He was doing whatever the hell he wanted to do, which before the game, I was always stressing, like, man, we have to force Jared Goff to throw the ball more. You know, we got to limit their run game, which is almost impossible to do with their running back talent and their elite offensive line. And that's another thing. The Commanders, as much as I love the Commanders, man, Redskins, we had a bottom 10 offensive line, you know. I think it was only 5 quarterbacks that got sacked more than Jaden Daniels, which is nuts. You know what I'm saying? And the Lions tried that, you know, beginning of the game. They sending blitzes. I'm like, man, do you not know he's really good against the blitz? This ain't Sam Darnold, bro. Another thing, man. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. I was going to touch on the St. Brown, then I found out, you know, that clip, that slick stuff he said about Diami Brown, that was from like 2 or 3 years ago. So that's irrelevant. And, you know, Diami Brown had, 6 receptions, 98 yards. He was cooking them, that defense, man. Looked great. Scary Terry did his thing. You know, he had that 59-yard touchdown. Was it like a RPO screenplay or something like that? But, yeah, man, I mean, that's besides the point with the Lions, man. I'm real happy, man, as a fan. You know, unfortunate part is we lost our best offensive lineman in Sam Cosmi. The right guard had torn ACL. He's out for the rest of the playoffs. And it's going to hurt us going against the Eagles, which no excuse at all. It's going to hurt us. You know, we got to deal with a great defensive tackle in Jalen Carter, who's a monster. As much as I hate the Eagles, I can't stress how great Jalen Carter is. He's a dog. But, you know, they also had Jacoby Dean. He's out for the season, too, for the Eagles. So, you know, we can't use injuries as an excuse, you know, which was actually going to be my main point towards the Lions fans. But, you know, I'm done talking about the Lions. Yeah, man, we have a big game coming, man. Obviously, we played them twice. You know, we beat them once, went down to the wire to the last drive, and I think The first game we played them at Philly, they blew us out. Saquon had a monster game. Pretty much, man. I will also want to speak on the Eagles game coming up, man. Like, our biggest issue against playing against the Eagles this year was turnovers. Even though we won that second game, we had 5 turnovers. I mean, we could have easily lost. Jaden Daniels just balled out. He ended up throwing 5 touchdowns. But part of those 5 turnovers, Jaden Daniels had 2 picks. Brian Robinson Jr. had 2 lost fumbles, and I think somebody else fumbled. But we ended up winning. You know, I know the Eagles fans that day, they were talking about, oh, it's because Jalen Hurts got hurt, man. I'm like, bad. But, again, going back to my point, 1, we had 5 turnovers. And 2, Jalen Hurts ain't the reason that Jalen Daniels scored 5 touchdowns. Had 5 passing touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 passing touchdowns. So, we had 5 turnovers. So, y'all had plenty of opportunities. So, you can't use Jalen Hurts getting hurt as being an excuse. I don't care how bad Kenny Pickett is. You can't use that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You have Saquon Barkley. You had A.J. Brown. You got Devontae Smith. You got statistically the number 1 defense in the NFL. So, it's going to be, hopefully, I hope my Commanders will win. It's going to be a tough game. The Eagles are really good. Yeah, that's all I want to speak on, road to the Super Bowl. I'm out.